pistol here. G2 looking very dangerous in the clutch situations on the pistol rounds. And we'll see if they can do that again if it goes that far. Nico will have the P250 and no Kevlar in this round for G2 with lots of decoys heading towards top mid. Rez with an opening kill, instantly traded. The smokes continue. Look at the bunny hopping. Omenek getting his KZ game on, if you will. But Plofsky's got a CZ, which is running out of bullets very quickly indeed, and Hunter will make him pay for it. Device has the jewelries, which may be a superior option. We'll see if they come into play. Hampus at the back of the site is helpless at present, and also hiding, trying to creep around. There's a free kill onto Hunter. Has he got one more in him? No. Nexa will trade, and there are those jewelries. Nexa now in a 1 versus 2. Back at the bomb site, has the bomb, and now has himself a 1 versus 1. Not bad one-shot range on those jewelries. The HE is chunky indeed. And there is the jewelries to finish off the job. Device takes the pistol for NIP.
I believed in him. I believed in the Sexa that he would have another clutch in him like that, like on Mirage. Just pull that off. Dude, he chunks that HE on the Device as well. You're just thinking, okay, this is it. Couple of body shots, the job is done. But no, Device is just too good, man. He gets in there right as that plant was happening. Hits that window perfectly, and NIP are off to the races. They do manage to get that strong start, winning a pistol round. Not something that NIP are too proficient at. They win about half of them. 57% win rate on pistols so far this tournament for NIP.
I wonder what the average is, say, amongst the top 20 teams or something like that. Because there is a lot of variance in those second rounds. Although Rez will try and put a stop to things here. Not a force buy, though, that we're seeing.
I mean, if we take the entire tournament, I think it's about 50%. Because on the high end, it's 62, 63. G2 have a 68% win rate on pistols. But then the low end is like 43, 44, right? So I'm thinking it's probably around like 50.
68 is pretty
50,
good.
55%.
Ooh, an MP7.
Sorry?
We see an MP7. It's still a rare weapon, the MP7.
We don't get to see the MP7 very often.
Yeah. It was made a little cheaper, wasn't it? I can't even remember how much it is now because I never really opted for it. Versus an MP9, or a Mac 10 where you just can run a little faster. Strafe, wide swing, cause some havoc.
Just does the damage. Makes you the money. And, well, speaking of, G2 had enough to buy the rifles this round.
And Device had enough for an AWP. Started looking away, looking for a flashbang which never came. And now he looks for somebody in the cruel space. Lots of different names for that position in different countries, different regions, different continents. You can see ZTR heading towards the B bomb site, perhaps to provide some additional utility. Plopsky in a forward position with said MP9. Starting to fall back now.
Oh, and that's a frustrating molly. Just buying a little bit more time here. But as far as NIP are concerned, they just have to assume that they've lost control of top banana. And so that's just going to be the way it is. Fresh smoke going down towards Arch. Hunter setting that one up, yes. And so here it goes. 3 players for NIP on B site. They've called it so far. But we're about to get the full execute from G2 onto this bomb site. Does Jax have a molly for new boxes? That's going to really throw things out of whack here for Hampus.
Oh, well, maybe he had an idea of what the setup might be. That Molotov is certainly going to help, but got players hopping up the barrels, and that will help them push into the bomb sites. All will it? They are stuck now at the front. Sound cues are heard. Hampus at the back of the site, jiggling with the MP7. Look at those digs from him. Nexa now will drop the AK-47, surely to be collected by NIP, who moved to 3.
Solid, rock solid defense so far. And Hampus instantly canceled that Molotov. They did have the Molotov for second oranges, but he instantly canceled it out with the smoke. So he was ready for it. Very quick play, and that just kind of threw things out of whack. Obviously, you could see that he was taking full advantage of his positioning at new boxes to just hold the line there for NIP and to create some room. So well done on the defense there from NIP. And G2, we shall have to see. G2 maybe playing into it, right? You had a little bit of, so they got brackets control, and they didn't go A. And so this is where you start to get the mind games going with these teams. When they start learning what their tendencies are. We heard Threat was ready for this in the first time around for these two, where they were ready for G2 strategies on T-side Inferno, This is where G2 have to take that next step and say, okay, this is what we were doing before. This is how we're going to try and change it up. This is how we're going to try and get clever. And so it's the real mental battle now between Nexa and Hampus, the two in-game leaders. Who can pull the wool over whose eyes first? Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. The Desert Eagles are out for G2. Light on utility, but maybe the Desert Eagles will be enough. Got 2 Tech 9s as well. And I imagine we'll see more Tech 9s in the future. Maybe they're just overshadowed when they appear by the Desert Eagles, which are often there as well. The stars of the show. The Tech 9, the electronic to the Desert Eagles simple. Now NIP will try to play range and keep these rifles out of the hands of G2. My God, that is quite the beginning from Nico. Armanek will pick up the AWP. That's not a good sign for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Hampus dueling as well with Nexo. Flashes behind himself. Hampus by the tree. Can't climb in that tree as you used to be able to. I miss those days. Well, it looks like the AWP's been dropped. Hunter now in the apartments. Hasn't been detected just yet, but that won't last long. So just the 1 kill. A hint of potential danger there, but NIP stabilize and survive with 4 players.
And they save the AWP, so Device is going to get that back. Device acknowledging the nice shot from Nico. Nico with a nice thank you. And that was a nice shot. So, you know, I like that from Device. Just letting Nico know. That was a spicy peek. But a good control there from NIP, making sure that they did not lose control of that situation. And this is going to be a 4-0 situation now for NIP. G2 now, however, fully bought up. All the AKs, all the nades. Now we get to see what they're really got in mind here for this T side. Very quick through the gates. Jax just holding W all the way up to the top of Banana, and now they are right on the other side of this smoke. Does he get a flash through? Are they that crazy? That would have been next level. All-out aggression. Instead, we're going to get a Hampus with an HE setup, and they are going to just pop right through. Onto the B side we go.
A surge. Does Plopsky just stay in this smoke? Does he just stand here? There could be flashes from the side. This is a very interesting situation. They're still spraying the smoke. No, they leave nothing at chance. And indeed, a fast surge from G2, and Ninjas in Pyjamas are simply out of position, but they're very close for the potential retake. Got some grenades going towards the pool or default. Not doing too much damage, however. Device now with a flashbang towards the coffin position. Let's see what this one looks like. Well, there's a swing and nobody's here. 3 players around the dark spot, including Nexa at elevation.
And I think this has to be a save situation now for NIP. Hampus and Rez already backing off. Device didn't even make a move over. ZTR just watching for the flank. You can try and make it a bit more expensive here for G2. G2 have only a Molotov. That's not useful in this situation. So them multi-peeking like this, that's the only way they're going to get out of here. Bomb is about to go off, and Jax, I'm pretty sure, is going to die. They lose Jax as well. So 2 parting shots coming in here from NIP. But again, NIP able to save that AWP for the next round. That, I think the analysis desk, rather, will pull that round. That's a round worth talking about. Very cool, quick change of pace from G2, straight up to top Banana, and then just plowing onto the bomb site, showing no fear at all. That was very cool. And that really puts Nip in a tight spot now, because if G2 are going to throw this change of pace, these quick rounds in, it's going to exactly lead to an answer from NIP. NIP decide, okay, we're going to get brave about this as well. If you guys are going to challenge us Banana like this, we have to take the fight.
God.
Hunter going to catch out Device in mid, though. Could throw things out of whack.
Yeah, and he could pop out once again. Very uncomfortable situation for Ninjas now. Plopsky's got to be real careful. And Nico's just charging in. They're just not allowing NIP to respond. And once more outmaneuvered on the B bomb site. We'll see what they gifted as the bomb starts to rotate in. What NIP are gifted in terms of a potential retake here. No AWP this time, and ZTR is still in the pit of the A bomb site. So he's got a long rotation to do, looking for some lurkers, I'm sure, but G2 are around B.
That is a stylish Molotov.
Now then, do NIP go for this one? They have some money in the hole, more flashbangs, and again, Nexa up top is really going to help us. Lets his teammate Nico run distraction by the pillar. That'll yield a number of kills. And then the round goes the way of G2. Well, this is very unpredictable for Ninjas in Pyjamas and probably difficult to play against, really.
Yes, that is exactly it. And if G2 aren't careful, I might just become a fan here. This change of pace from them, it's so cool to see. And after playing slow, measured, default kind of CS, where G2, you know, just take their time and play the clock, run it down, these snappy rounds like this where they just react to what they see and just are in position to pounce on it, that's so cool. It's not something we see every day, and G2 right now are making some very cool adjustments. Device, bold peek in the mid, though, catches Nexa out in the open, and no possibility there for a trade frag from G2. So G2, as they try to slow things down, Device was ready to punish them. Oh, Hampus. That HE is going to be money.
Yeah,
Man, that doesn't do nearly as much damage as I thought it would.
I think these pushes we've seen from G2 may keep at least 2 players per bomb site, especially towards this B bomb site. I don't think they'll want to leave one person in isolation. But even, I mean, Plopsky was there, just forced away by the smoke, so may compromise what NIP would like to do in some situations. Jack's lucky to be alive after that Molotov top banana. And they'll look to clear top mid now. G2. CT smoke on shot will be very strong for now. 45 seconds on the clock. Oh, the timing for Device. A window has been opened by G2. Hunter has a lurk smoke in the apartments. That allows him to line up the molly towards pit a little bit safer. And ZTR is here. The bomb site's been taken. We have a standoff now on the A bomb site. 2 players rotating. NIP are outnumbered. Jackson a graveyard creeping as well, waiting for the smokes to go. Rez starting to thin these numbers. Jack's very nervous stuff there. That was a great opportunity. Ninjas in Pyjamas still in control of the pit with a man advantage as well, which increases so many angles for G2 to look at. Very awkward stuff. Nico trying to avoid getting trade frag down to 13 HP, 1 versus 3. Very spotty rounds here. This one will go the way of NIP, but there's no comfort to be found on Inferno.
Just so difficult. It feels like it's such an uphill battle for G2. Glad to see that they were able to finally take advantage of those smokes and just get that bomb planted in the end. Once they realized that NIP were just kind of hunkered down in there, you have to just at some point get that bomb planted and ticking. But this, you know, keep in mind, this was from a man disadvantage situation. So to succeed in actually getting a bomb planted and to put G2, well, to put NIP in a bit of an awkward spot, it's still a solid round from G2, and they are going to have the money for a full buy this time. So it's not done yet here. G2 are succeeding in getting bombs planted, and that's the important thing for their T side. So they'll get that money as well, so they can keep putting the pressure on Hunter. Not quite going to get that lineup. Just barely getting out of dodge there, as that's a bit scary.
Device better watch out for these timings from G2. Slips away from top mid entirely. Heads towards the library. Nico now with an angle on Arch. So this is very early map control from G2. NIP aren't shy to be passive, but it is nervous territory. G2 now still have Nexa actually on T-ramp with the bomb in case of a push on Banana. And Hampus has been left alone. Plopsky's the one to creep up actually, which leaves Device to try and control Arch, but they jump past his angle and they could threaten to wrap the B bomb site. They want some security for the bomb though. And Hunter goes to protect the VIP.
Hampus, though, with this AWP is going to be so annoying. Can you get a Molotov back here? Do you have a Molotov on? You have a Molotov on Nexa, but they are at risk of getting flanked from mid. ZTR and Rez were very quickly down to the bottom of mid, but there's the Molotov, should be going on to Hampus in a moment, going to force him into dark corner. He's one step ahead, already maneuvering here to try and take a pot shot into CT. Not sure if he spotted the man on oranges. This is a close call. This standoff, and there it is. Hunter finds the headshot.
My God. Ninjas in Pyjamas, how do you react to this? They have no idea what's going on. If it's A or if it's B, players on Banana, players in CT spawn, it could be either direction. They hadn't seen the bomb the entire time either, of course. It was on T-ramp for the whole round. Devoid of information, G2 are making these rounds really funky. And it's allowing them a third round. NIP in a safe situation as they look to build some money back. But G2 are making this very uncomfortable indeed, to their advantage, of course.
This makes me wonder if it's another adjustment from G2, the focus on Arch, the kill on Plopsky like that. Are they playing again into this whole idea that if they take brackets control, you know, G2, because NIP have 4 players on A when they give up mid to G2, and they keep the 4 players there as well. So they fully expecting G2 to just commit to A once they get that top mid control. Could this be G2 kind of playing off of that? With the kill on Plofsky, they realize, wait, Arch is open, just wrap B? Or was it the B play all along because Nexa was sitting in pit with that bomb? There's very cool stuff coming in here from G2. They have a well-thought-out T side. Both of these teams now a bit long in the tooth. This has not been a short, quick tournament. They've had time to work things out over these several weeks to get sharper, let's say, on these maps. And well, I mean, especially because this is a rematch. Went all 3 maps last time. Inferno was played, and it went to overtime. 19-17 win for G2 on Inferno last time these 2 teams played. And G2 won Mirage, same thing last time, 16-14. So right now, I have to say that NIP are on the ropes. But we'll see.
Banana has been cleared. Map control taken. We have a double long play from Ninjas in Pyjamas on the A bomb site this time. Smoke's off. Rez will be boosted over the smoke. But there's nobody to breach just yet. Again, G2 intend to abuse their numbers towards Banana, it seems. Banana in the B bomb site. The AWP is here in the hands of Device. Really peek before the flash, indeed he does. Jax goes down for free, but Armanek will try to make up for it. Standing and blind in a Molotov, down he goes. That'll certainly help. 5 versus 3, but 3 versus 3 on this B bomb spike specifically. As rotation's not in just yet. A huge headshot from Nexa, and ZTR's in so much trouble now. 2 men swinging, they win all the duels on B. And I don't know how much there is to do here for NIP. Rez and Hampus to retake the B bomb site. An early flash and a peek. They've spotted the AWP by Newbox, but what do they do now? How do they close in on a site? Do they even choose to do that? There are no more grenades left for the Ninjas. Hampus with a deagle will collect the AK-47, and I think they'll have to back away.
Dude, the shape of Nexa right now is bonkers. Those 2 kills, I mean, that opening kill onto new boxes, that's nuts. What an overperformance right now from the in-game leader for G2. Saw a good bit of him on Mirage as well. He was popping off, notably the pistol clutch from him to kick things off on that map. But here, Nexa is showing up. You're going into that situation, I'm thinking it's just done. You know, well, tough luck for G2. They're about to go into a stacked bomb site. There's no way. They're going to have to trade him. And yet here he is, Nexa. This was the beginning, but that was man, brutal.
Meaty one.
So sick. And man, I mean, if G2 have got rounds like that in the tank, NIP are going to be in serious trouble here on this T side.
Yeah, you can see G2 slowly adjusting and settling into this T side, and now they have momentum. 4 of the recent 5 rounds have gone the way of G2. Ninjas in Pyjamas have been broken. They have 2 rifles and ecoing players in round 10. The boost in Boiler. Catch players off guard going up the stairs, but no one's going into a... Well, actually, Armanek is starting to breach.
Ooh, clever.
He's looking for it. Very aware of what's possible. Hunter's here as well. Trying to capitalize on the distraction. Device won't get the decoy shots he's looking for.
The old baitarino, switcherino. Look over here, you know? Just look over here, and there's the right hook coming in on the other side. Unfortunately, it was like an anime or something. You just saw it coming and watched the fist go by.
Superior angle from Hunter, but Rez has found himself to a team flasher, looks like, and maybe a way in. The bomb has to be rescued, and maybe the round as well for G2. ZTR getting dropped on the A bomb site will certainly help. Rez in the apartment with an AK-47. Does he play off of Plofsky? He has a kit, Rez. Plofsky may have a rifle to find towards top mid. I can see Rez moving away with 20 HP. He may not fancy it, and this is some nice bonus money. It's good for about $7,000 if you include Rez's armor.
Considering this was pretty much a hard eco with the 2 guns, I mean, this is as good as it gets for an IP, I think, in this round right now. Making away with 2 AKs as well is going to just be fantastic. So G2 are going to tie this up 5-5. And again, G2, the death ball approach is really working for them right now. Moving together as a group, as a killer unit, and just trading those kills onto the bomb site. NIP, they had to use the gimmicks. They tried to get clever, and it just wasn't enough. And so Hunter's able to survive barely with 3 health. And so this is one of those kills again. Nicely done by Hunter. That was so quick. Absolutely had to make that happen. But now it is tied up 5-5. Big buy round coming in here for NIP. This is the make or break round now, I think, for NIP in this first half.
Yeah, they've certainly lost control of this. G2 will have Nico on a T side AWP. 3 players begin on Banana for Ninjas in Pyjamas. See the flashbang, support flashbang lined up. Should it be required? By the stairs, top left window, and jump throw when it's called for. Well, there's some early presence. Jack's quietly backing away just in case. Could be an airstrike at any time. Hunter showing presence in the apartments. ZTR was close to boiler, but falls back to double picks coming in. Does he escape this device? Flicks to the left-hand side and somehow gets out of there. No exchange from G2. 4 versus 5 now. We can see Nico still emerging with the AWP. Doesn't have this angle, however, which device is moving into. And we reached the minute mark on the clock.
They elect to smoke device off. So focusing on short instead. You know what, device, you just do your thing. We're not even going to worry about you right now. Device is currently rotating around, trying to get back in position to help his team out when this push comes through. And it's going to be the short play, and yeah, now he's got that angle on short. And so Device doing a good job of repositioning himself here. This is going to be a tough nut to crack for G2. They've got a single flash grenade left. Smoke down in pit, and here we go. Rez holds the line, 1-for-1 trade. Rez again with a second one and a third. Rez, beautiful hold from Rez.
Shut it down. 4 kills from Rez. Makes it look easy. He expects to make kills like that. You can see that's the energy they need. Still smiling on the NIP side. Content maybe with the situation. They've got a 1-round lead at present. It's been almost all G2 of late, but Ninjas in Pyjamas are back on the scoreboard and back in the lead with 2 AK-47s now on the CT side, which may be a difference maker in some key exchanges. We shall see. What is the response from G2? 5 AK-47s in round 12 for the G2 squad. That is how you line up the pop flash for Banana. Device blind, but posts up anyway. We'll see if Jax is ready for another headshot. Had one on, oh, no. Wasn't expecting Device to stand there. A brazen peek from Device, and he is rewarded.
Tough break there. Nexus just telling him, dude, I flashed. Jax, that's an unfortunate one. I think Jax was dead anyway, though. Even if the flash was on time, Device was holding the angle, he would have just clicked mouse 1 and moved, and Jax was a dead man. So, tough break there for Jax. But we're not going to count G2 out just yet. They've won rounds where they're down a man before. And actually fun to take a look real quick. 30% win rate for them right now when they're down a man. So they are still very much a threat. And NIP need to play this carefully, because if they can gather up and just hit a bomb site together as the death ball, G2 perfectly capable of still forcing their way onto a site. You've lost your point man, but Nexa has shown himself to be quite the capable headshot artist.
Ooh, that was a very close one indeed. 30 seconds and Devices alone. Is it a charge straight in? They've left a bomb behind. Someone's got to call that surely. Looking to push into the site with no bomb. Nexus going back for it, and Device in the meantime will catch them in the crossroads. This is not what G2 were planning.
No, these are unforced errors that are going to really cost G2. 5 players alive, Bardol. 5 players survived that round for NIP, man. Now their bank is terrific.
Yeah, and they still have a chance at 10. Meanwhile, the money is sinking for G2. Maybe scam themselves on that one. Haven't bought anything just yet. I feel like a timeout's on the way. I could be wrong there.
I feel like it too. I mean, it would be a good time to take a breather, but they're not going to go for it. Instead, they're just going for just a half buy here. Even out that money.
Hunter with no helmet and an AK-47. There are a few flashbangs in the hands of Nexa. That is a perfectly timed grenade. Flashbang grenade allows the AK to be removed. And Nico picks it up, but he can't take a fight. He's got to land the headshots. No one has any Kevlar, which means aim punch. It's not what it used to be, but having no Kevlar is a less than ideal situation, putting it mildly. Got some jump picks from Plopsky, but surely they'll still check for Hampus. Well then, Plopsky may need to come in for some help. Hampus pulls a smoke grenade out and dies to a Glock, and now the B-bomb side is open. Still open, despite Nexa falling to the flames, but that's a better situation for the Ninjas. We'll see if Armanek can clutch with no Kevlar. Waits for Rez to swing. That's a huge pickup. 1 versus 2. Device can speed up Banana. Now he knows that Armanek is on the site. And ZTR moves along Speedway. Armanek looking for a 1v1. Standing on the fountain. There's ZTR. There's the aim punch, but it still gets the spray. Down to 10 HP. Device with the AK-47. Armanek with the fountain angle. Not easy to find, but there's a headshot from Device. Armanek shoots him first as well. A great effort, but the round will go the way of NIP.
Quad kill round for Armanek, that one. Dude! When he goes for that flash peek, that is some bold play. That's why I was clapping. Because you'd think that most of those guys are just going to run across, try to get the bomb planted, right? Just play. And, that's fine, fair enough. This is an eco round where they have a little bit more money, though, G2. So going into the next one, they are going to have the full buy bomb plan or not. So to make that kind of play, I mean, that's bold. That's cool. That takes some courage right there. So Armanek, tough one, man. He really set himself up for a big win there, and Device is just ruthless. Too good with the headshot. Saw that fountain position coming.
Yeah, that was an exceptional attempt with no Kevlar. To even win that second last duel is quite impressive.
To get that kill on ZTR, dude, ZTR is just going to be freaking out.
Yeah, I'm glad the aim punch was improved enough where you can actually do something, whereas before it's like, this is actually pointless. Even having my hands on the mouse and keyboard, but now it's it's better.
You can fight. And Armanek just showed that. He had 1 kill before that. Now he's up to 5, so good. But they're definitely struggling to get kills right now on G2's side. This is going to be buy round with AKs, and somehow Jax burned alive in Banana, getting caught somewhere in there.
Oh boy. And bomb. Stuck behind the smoke now. The re-pick from Nexa, though. He's just on fire today. 2 versus 4, however. They know one of them's on Banana. Plopsky creeping through the smoke. No respect given.
They use that smoke clearing again.
At least Hunter in the 1 versus 4. They see him on T-ramp, which means that the CTs can take liberties in their positioning. Have a look on the radar. Doesn't last very long. NIP make it to 9. G2 catching up with them, but NIP is starting to pull away now as we head into the last round of the first half.
Yeah, now we're really starting to see the struggle here. This is where perhaps they're starting to doubt their game a bit too much, G2, thinking that NIP are in their heads or that NIP are cleverer than they actually are, right? Because you get that kind of information out there, you start getting feeling like you're getting figured out, and you start second-guessing everything. And so instead of just going for the play the way you initially your gut tells you to do, you start overthinking things, and it starts costing you time and rounds. We've seen some, let's say, unforced errors from G2 so far this half. So this round, we need to see decisive play from G2.
Oh boy, that's 40 HP.
And that sucks. Tough break. This is an interesting change of pace coming in here from NIP, though, playing aggro Banana again. Hampus and Plopsky. This time it's Plopsky holding bottom Banana. And Device, different angle, flash over the top. They give up that angle just as they go through. Nexa has caught Plopsky and Banana, but the push is already up short.
Yeah, now there's only 3 players left for G2. I say only Jax, Nico, and Nexa. There's no only about that lineup. Minutes on the clock. Rez by the library, deleted by Nexa, and now the numbers are even. And you wonder about position here with 2 AWPs for a potential retake for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Device in the smoke will frag Nico. 48 seconds now, out with the Deagle, sees both players.
They have to know that it's a one-on-one situation here. Like, as in, there's one player on B, there's one player on A right now. They know that much. They have 35 seconds left. They have no nades. They have a flash and a molly. They have a flash and a molly, and they elect to go B. We can see that Hampus is holding Banana. They have no idea where Hampus is on this bomb site right now. They have to check everything, and they are running out of time.
Do they molly new box? Because that is a common place to clear. It's going to go towards Banana, actually, but he surely has an angle. That is actually a very nice Molotov. He goes through it to try and find a bomb planter. Still turning the corner. Finds Nexa by the fountain, but Nexa is alive. The 2 versus 2 persists. ZTR has a HE grenade, but he may not have an angle to throw it. He's still on the A bomb site. Got to rotate towards Banana as Hampus tries to isolate fights with smoke grenades. Nexa's found himself in construction, heading towards a peek towards Banana. No utility for G2, just guns. Look at these smokes now. Jack's isolated at the back, but time is of the essence. A massive HE gives them better angles now. Nexa, oh my God, he just pulled a trigger. 2 seconds, and Hampus will respond immediately. And it's 10 rounds on the CT side of Inferno from Ninjas in Pyjamas.
What a half from NIP. Terrific work from them. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll see how it pans out in the second half.
With 5 of 15 rounds. And that means that the pistol round becomes ever important. We will have only 3 players on the CT side with Kevlar. Normally we see 4, but Nex has bought himself a number of grenades. Armanek with the common smoke and defuse kit. We've got a classic pop flash, top banana. So Nico will call contact if he survives. Oh my God. Okay, well, he gets, oh my God, what can Nico do with this? The tracking is beautiful. Gets 2, sees 3. That's all the information. Look at the rotation from G2. Ninjas in Pyjamas are in trouble. Nexa going fishing in the smoke and finding everything he wants. Nexa, another clutch Nico, in a pistol round. Very solid stuff.
That is just a thing of beauty. That was a work of art, Bardolph. I just want to watch that again. I could watch that round for the rest of time.
Calm execution.
Just so beautiful, Nico. And I mean in-game. Dude, can we get that replay, please? Oh. I guess it happened too fast. I guess it happened too fast. Blink and you miss it.
Gotta treat you mean and all that. Well then, Ninjas in Pyjamas will have a force buy.
Dude, that was so sick! Alright, yeah. 10-6. Let's get into it.
Let's see what I have to offer. G2 won a very important round, but this one is also very important. Ninjas in Pyjamas are holding on to 4 HE grenades and 4 smoke grenades. So they have a plan. They have a plan for this round. We have a re-smoke of top mid from G2. But I'm very curious to see what the intentions are for Ninjas in Pyjamas in this round. They seem to have a read in that pistol round with the HEs towards Banana. To no avail, however, because G2 had a better answer.
Oh, A execute. Going to be the name of the game here for NIP. Now that they are on double digits, it's going to be straight up short. Run and gun, Tech9s. No, yes, Tech9 leading the way. ZTR getting into that fight. MP9 though from Hunter, nearly getting the double. Plofsky barely survives. And a 1-for-1 trade is not going to cut it here for G2. This actually is very scary. Retaking A site on Inferno is an absolute nightmare. So many angles to worry about. This is actually worst case scenario now for G2. Disaster.
Things could turn around quickly, but they are walking into quite the crossfire, trying to make it a bit weaker with the smoke grenade. They are ready though, NIP. But G2 better equipped. The swing from the UMP is not going to be good enough to take out ZTR, and Nico is doomed. NIP reset G2 and put their loss bonus in the bin.
What impeccable stuff. And we will get a quick tech timeout called here. Sort something out real quick with the camera. But that is just impeccable stuff from NIP. They lose the pistol, but they come right back into it and take that second round. And so, unfortunately for G2, the curse of the 50-50 on the second round after pistols continues. They just cannot seem to consistently convert those rounds. But we did get it. Do we get Nico's kill? I don't care about Nexus kills. Nexus are like, whatever, they're running through smoke. I want Nico's kills. I want that beautiful tracking as the guy is trying to air dodge, and Nico just calmly clicks him in the face. Like, that's what I want. I think we are good to go. Both teams have readied up. We're trying to find it right now. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. But we got to get into the action here. It is going to be NIP 11-6. 4 spy coming in here from G2. Amanek, however, is he going to save? I like this. I like this discipline. It makes me think that we're going to see that Amanek op coming out here. Not in the following round, barring some miracle, but the round after that.
Well, then a tight situation for G2 will force the aggression, trying to cause some chaos now, and to some degree they have. You can see the bomb is on T-ramp. Hunter still standing top mid with no one here to challenge him just yet, but that smoke will soon be gone on Banana, and then problems will arise for Hunter. But maybe he will deal with those problems.
You know how how the Hunter deals with his problems? He shoots them.
3v1. If they stick together, then surely they trade. Armanek with the USP, but I'm sure he'll find a weapon on a rotation. I don't know that NIP will spend too much time disposing of weapons.
About as much time as Hunter spends disposing of bodies. Not much. They're going to go hoofing straight onto the B site. Amanek on his lurk. He's found himself a MAC-10. Not the best. Unless he could get a kill with it, that would obviously help him get to that AWP all the faster. Rez is going to spot him, though, and instant death for Amanek. So, moving on, this should be a hard eco-round coming up here from G2, and NIP are really setting themselves up very nicely here on Inferno. And so, Bardolph.
Hello.
It seems like right now we're getting that kind of combination again where each team is winning their opponent's map.
Trading maps. The Ninjas in Pyjamas are indeed suddenly in an extremely strong position, despite the spectacular shows that we're seeing from G2 in the pistol rounds of this entire series. It must be said, they've won the right rounds. Ninjas in Pyjamas. Tongue twister there. HE grenades and the Molotovs, but the USPs. Okay, Plofsky with a triple, and that might be enough. They've got to go down and collect the bomb, and Hampus will go past. Oh, hello, and goodbye. Armanek's got an AK and 2 HP heading towards B, as is Hampus.
Oh.
Disposing of it, in fact.
I love it. Thou shalt not have the AK. If I can't have the AK, nobody can.
I love the gloves Armanek has. They're really cool.
He's got, but he's got a good color combination going. You know, I think the USP goes well with him.
Yeah, it's not
very
too
nice.
shabby.
Tasteful.
There are a few interesting contrasts you could have, but he's got the yellow on the back of the weapon to fit the yellow on the gloves, the trim, if you will.
It's nice.
Very nice. That is attention.
But you know, the thing is muted. You know, it's not. It's not loud.
It's understated.
It's not loud. It doesn't take over the screen. You can look elsewhere.
Yeah, it's not in your face like Emerald Web gloves or something.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Very nice. Yes.
What isn't nice for G2 though is the score. They come into the bye round now with a deficit. AWP will be out for Armanek. Got a Tiger Tooth Butterfly as well. Looking for a flashbang top mid. HEs on Banana do all of 1 HP damage to Nico. There'll be an exchange in position between Hunter and Armanek. The AWP headed towards B. Smoke still up on Banana. And Device will be looking for something. NIP taking presence in the apartments in the meantime. It's a real solid take off Banana from G2. Double Molotovs down here, and I do wonder if there'll be a timing from NIP towards the A-bomb site. A takeoff mid is here, and there's a potential split. They've got the lurk smoke in the apartments as well. Jack's on the balcony, he's in a strong position, and indeed, they are trying to simply outmaneuver them. Jack's, they're blocking, and they know that somebody's there, and down he goes. And this may mark the end of the round, because if G2 lose all their tools here, then I don't know that there's much building for them to do on this CT side. Another key round looks to be won by Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Yeah, Ninjas in Pyjamas are just really setting themselves up for success, and that is such a painful one for Jax, because you think that that's going to be a powerful position, but he has to worry about all the flashes that are going to keep raining in, and so he's constantly playing anti-flash, constantly turned away, and unfortunately for him, he just gets caught in that smoke, and it does not work out for him one bit. Could have been the hero. Turns out, I'm not going to call Jax a zero, but, you know.
Villain?
A villain, yeah. It was unfortunate. He was the extra on set.
Oh, he was Maui with the pterodactyl.
There you go. Maui would, I mean...
under stress from pterodactyl harassment. Maui.
Yeah, Maui, man, I can't believe it. Too good. All right, 14-6.
Damn pterodactyls.
He's just a snack, though. You know?
Small one.
You're the main course, Martolf.
Well, we have momentum for the Ninjas. 4 rounds in a row to the pistol round, that sole round from G2 in this half. The margin for error is very small now for this CT team. Armanek will head towards the B-bomb site somewhat late, as we have early presence from the Ninjas. They need something. They need to pull control away from NIP. Fast moving round towards Banana now. Next is in position for potential pop flash play. We'll see if anybody chooses to creep up. Perhaps Nico's on the way. There is the flash lined up with the aerial. And Device is just ready and waiting. And that might be the green light now. The flash is here though. Nico good for one, but the trades... Oh, hold on a second. The HE might help. The smoke is down in time as Nexo positions himself in the corner of the smoke. That may give him a one-way. This could spell disaster for the Ninjas. Looking for a transfer, but won't get it. The trades continue. The bomb site's taken.
Ball immediately getting planted as well. This is going to be a very difficult situation now for G2. They do have a full set of nades on Hunter, though. And he's here in CT. Can they get it in position? Device has got a commanding angle. What? Misses that shot. This is a problem now. That Molotov going to get canceled out in time. Barely. And that's the must-win duel right there. Rez shutting down Hunter, leaves Jax alone in a 1v2. Device still behind new boxes. This is an impossible situation now for Jax, and he's going to back off.
Back he goes. What an answer to the game of Mirage. 16-12 for G2, but it doesn't look very close on this map of Inferno, does it? There was a comeback on Mirage as well, so perhaps the gap should have been wider, but right now the gap is very wide indeed as we head to a potential decider of Dust 2.
And that was the map the last time these two teams played that Myth won. So I'm curious if we're going to get a repeat of that or if we're going to see it flipped and G2 are going to manage to win on Dust 2. Right now, keep in mind, as far as this has gone, each team is winning their opponent's map pick. So it's very weird. They're trading maps, but the wrong way. Or they're just clearly so prepared for one another on each other's maps that they just didn't put any work on their maps. Whichever. It is looking pretty likely that we're going to get another one here, although they still have to crack a bomb site here in IP. Jax and Amanek playing aggressive in apartments, and here's the flash to short. Jax turns away in the nick of time. That could not have been better for him, and now, yeah, he's just going to catch him for free. Double kill for Jax.
Dotsky with the pre-fire. But what is the makeup of the rest of the team? What do they take from this? Rez very deep on long. G2 inching down Banana, wondering what could be. Amanek still holding the apartments. Starting to look towards Boiler now. And heading back towards that balcony. He could catch Rez off guard. Oh, hold on. Maybe radar for Rez? I'm not sure. No, I don't think Rez has seen it at all.
That is a big deal. I thought Rez was looking towards apartments. He was for a second there, but this is now becoming a very difficult situation for NIP.
Yeah, I mean, Device may hide in the apartments and wait for a repeat, but what does Plopsky do in the meantime? Left with a lot of weight on his shoulders, Plopsky. Hunter in the smoke. Plopsky looking at the angles. Hasn't quite seen him just yet. Amanek doesn't check this. He surely doesn't check it. But down goes Plopsky. Now he's stuck in a very tight choke point Device, and he will be instantly eliminated by Nexa. An option for 2 AWPs if they want it, G2, and indeed they'll take them. A 7th round on the board to the 15 of the Ninjas.
We're going to hear that sound every round from here on out. Map point for the Ninjas, and the Ninjas have got enough money to buy, so the pressure is not going to get any easier here for G2. That was quite a few rounds, 5 rounds in a row for NIP before G2 were able to put a halt to it. All of that off of G2 winning the pistol as well. So you're thinking this is going to be a fantastic start for G2 in the second half, and no, it's just an utter disaster. Happens very quickly into mid. Amanek with the peek, and yep, sure enough, Amanek not going to miss a shot like that. Bread and butter. So flash in, and now do they actually have the 1-2 combination? Plopsky and Device playing for each other now.
Angles being held. Looking for these re-peeks. Nexa. You can see Plopsky's very tight. So if a pop flash play came in, it'll be very hard to flash him off the angle. But how about that one from Nico? Not your usual spot. Stuck on the back of the bomb site alone now. Almost a shot there. That HE could be something, though. Lining up for a cross. Better not shoot his teammate.
Yeah.
Probably knows where he isn't, as they could see them now. The updates to the game. Trades on the B bomb side. It's actually been taken by the Ninjas. Suddenly it's a 2 versus 2. Plopsky with a headshot through the smoke. I can't believe this. Amanek, this is a crucial one. We have Jax making his way up Banana. There are 45 seconds on the clock for NIP to make a play here. There isn't bomb plus pressure just yet, but now there's pressure on Rez as Plopsky is deleted. He knows where they both were. Amanek rotating around. Rez has to consider his options. He'll probably look for a kill before he tries to plant the bomb here. But Amanek has the angle, and G2 have 8 rounds.
Yeah, impossible situation there for him. He's just out in the open once his teammate goes down. That has actually been one of the things that have been plaguing NIP this tournament so far, their trade percentage. And what I mean by that is when you have a player going in first and the ability of your teammates to follow up behind you and trade that kill, right, to return the kill, it's actually on the low side in the tournament, only 18.5. So let's say, to put that in context, Mouse Sports, their trade is at 23, and that's the highest in the tournament, meaning that they are just very good at getting behind their teammates, making sure that those trades happen. So NIP need to tighten that up a little bit here on this T side. Just make sure you're there to be able to get in behind your teammate and work out with them. So, pistols, nades, and Kevlar for NIP, half buy for them. Still dangerous though. G2 cannot get comfortable in this situation. Every round now for G2, they need to play lights out for 7 rounds in a row if we want to see overtime. They're just going to be trying to wear down NIP at this point. See if they can get a few more rounds in.
I need him to throw that HE to T-ramp. I need to see it. Like, my body needs to see this. Oh, this might be good enough as well. I'll take that. 71 damage to Rez.
The risk of everybody stacking up together like that. But the thing is that Nico is alone right now. If they hit this bomb site, all 5 together, he's in a 1v5 against a bunch of Tech 9s and Deagles. I don't like Nico's odds.
Nico eats that Molotov, and he must concede position for now. Very important for the retake. Hunter late to leave the A bomb site in the meantime. Those beeps will confirm the position. The HE grenades won't stop the bomb plant, and ZTR escapes some of the damage. Now, there are 4 flashbangs for the retake for G2. It's a 5-on-5. Look at the aggression. The tech line, that crouch peek from Armanek's a good start. They've got some shadow advantage. Ninjas in Pyjamas, but not weapon advantage at all. Device now versus 4. Maybe it's a question of damage for him. There's one. He gets his bell rung immediately, but he doesn't have much to lose here, especially with that bomb plant. They line up together to absorb, and it will be a 9th round for G2. Are you starting to believe, Semler?
No, I'm not, Bardolph,
No.
but it's still good. I mean, what they're doing right now is they're just kind of shaking Nip's confidence. If Nip were to just blast through this second map, 16-6, and they just go through, or 16-7, right? They just completely maul G2 going into Dust 2. I wouldn't like G2's odds on Dust 2. That would be very difficult for G2 to get their heads back in the game. But if G2 could put up a fight here, really make Nip work for the second half, then it's not as clear-cut a win, and G2 are going to feel much more in the series. So G2 are just going to keep fighting, and who knows, maybe the improbable actually happens, and you do force overtime. We've seen crazy comebacks in the past. It is possible. Just right now, it's highly improbable. So G2 just need to make Nip work. Kind of burn that stamina. Nice shot from Jax.
Oh,
Rez
right
with the
there.
double!
Rez versus the Worlds. And Rez seems to win a lot of the time. However, he will be barbecued. 23 for 13 is Rez, and maybe he finishes the map that way. NIP take the bomb site, maybe for the last time. Is this where we go towards Dust 2? The pit plant is being executed. Nico boosted over the smoker, takes his device out in the pit.
Oh.
Nico! What? Hampus now, 1 versus 3. Nico with some absurd frags on the A bomb site, and maybe he's got one more in him. Hampus in trouble now. They push through the smoke 1 by 1. He's got a 1v1, but Zarmanek running low on bullets. The smoke's going. I can't believe it. There were 3. They went through the smoke 1 by 1, and that's how we make it to Dust 2.